Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the JDL League Season number 6. It's been a little while, but I'm SP Revolution 5, here with Truesight TV and Hippie Casting, of course. Union Gaming up against what I've been calling PIS Esports, unlike the first time I casted them, is the match we have tonight. It's a 2-game series, of course, and Union Gaming have their first pick. Hippie, how's it going, man?
I'm good, man. I mean, coming off the high that was the TI5 qualifiers today, I don't think anyone can be sad about Dota. Like, oh my god, if you did not watch Navi's games, and I'm not a Navi fanboy. I don't actually particularly follow the team.
I usually bet against Navi.
Oh my god, go back and watch those qualifier matches. Holy crap.
Those were just some of the most action-packed games we've seen in a while, and that last one, I don't want to spoil for anyone who hasn't watched it, but yeah.
Yeah. I will say they busted my Europe qualifier predictions all out of sorts. Jerks that they are.
Yeah. I'm worried about my own Europe qualifier predictions, but we'll see. Anyways, in the game today, we do have players who have definitely been watching these games. I would be 100% sure. Undying as the first man, Spirit Breaker as the second. Pretty powerful heroes these days, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are playing still a very aggressive game. All of 6.84 has been very, very aggressive. We've been shown that nowadays these games can, in fact, go a bit longer. It's possible to come back a little bit if you have a late game lineup going on.
Cough, cough, and 11k gold swing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we've actually hit what I think is a pretty nice, at this moment, obviously the meta will probably get a little stale a few months from now, but at the moment I think Dota is fantastic. I think there's a good amount of variability in the picks, there's nice picking and counter picking going on, and there's a good variety of short and longer games. So I'm just excited for Dota in general right now.
There's nothing that feels incredibly broken. I mean, you could argue that Wisp is still broken.
Really strong.
I mean, yes, but he's that hero that unless they literally change the fact that he has an ultimate, he's gonna still be there. It's like Batrider, because let me just spoiler alert everyone here, in a few months, Batrider's gonna come back. I mean, he will, because it's a disable that goes through BKB. It's strong. It's good. It's gonna be popular. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing. In general, I mean, you see him a little bit nowadays just because the early ganking power a team is running a very gank-heavy lineup. You will very occasionally see a Batrider this version. You're right that he'll absolutely come back. Kind of like Razor always seems to come back right around the time of TI. Like, you don't see that hero for the rest of the year. But TI rolls around, you're going to see those Razor pricks.
Yeah, he's got to get his spray tan on, you know? Got to get out there, impress the ladies in the summer. But anyways.
Oh man, so I really want Union. I was gonna say I really want them to pick Bristleback and then just ban out heroes that are good against Bristleback. But I guess they're not gonna pull that one off for me. I actually think IO Bristle is significantly better than IO Tiny. I think obviously I like the comeback potential that IO Tiny gives you in any lineup, but IO Bristle is such a strong fighting and laning thing, and because the laning and early fighting does really set the tone of the game in this, the games don't tend to go 50 or 60 minutes, they just kind of are able to. So I feel like the Bristle is actually the ideal Wisp partner in this meta.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, the Gyrocopter is ridiculous, and Lion is the king of disablers, so you've got good picks all around so far.
Yeah, if there's another hero you could consider OP other than Wisp, it would probably be Gyro. He's really doing well this patch. Another hero who's doing surprisingly well is Dazzle, which I think you can contribute slightly to the fall of Axe. But Gyro is just the go-to carry. He's Sniper, Jug, Troll from last patch. Already. And the fact that he's been discovered this early, they've nerfed him, I think, twice now, and he's still right here at the front, is kind of terrifying.
Well, he's going to be really good in any meta that focuses on fighting, but just because I don't think I can think of another carry, except maybe Medusa, who puts out the kind of AoE damage he does.
And even Medusa can only hit 5.
Yeah, but also, and not just that, he's not relegated to just putting out that kind of damage in the late game, like Medusa is. He's got all that, obviously, as the call down, the flat cannon is solid. As soon as you have phase drum, you get okay damage out of the flat cannon and the rocket barrage. They may have nerfed the early levels, but the high levels are still very, very potent.
Oh, yeah. I mean, comparing Medusa to Gyro is like, okay, take Medusa, double the damage on Mana Snake, Mystic Snake, whatever snake it is, and then you have Gyro in the laning stage, and it's like, wow, that is so broken, why is it here? Well, it just works, because Ice Frog, you know?
10 seconds.
We do see them ban out the Magnus. I'm hoping to ban the Bristle.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
Maybe
If
they're not
they
afraid of
don't-
it. I mean,
They
okay,
could pick it up.
they're
They could pick it up. They have the next pick. But
They could. I'm not. It would maybe. I don't know. They could find a place to lane him for sure. The trick is though that because Bristle's one of those heroes that you kind of want to get as the last pick of a phase if you can, so you can avoid having
wait.
like Bristle counters just picked. What's up?
Disruptor ban?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Guys,
usually that's a good pickup against the IO. But they really want the AA here, apparently, which adds to their team fight significantly. I like it, but I still don't like leaving the Bristle in the pool.
well, I mean, so you can pick up a Silver Edge carrier. Dragon Knight
true.
is still on the board. He's a pretty natural Silver Edge carrier. You can pick up if you want to. I'm not a huge fan of this because I think it requires a little more farm. But you can pick up a Shadow Demon and try to get him the Aghanims because his Purge will
5
burn.
seconds remaining.
And as Reinessa was talking about with us in the Skype chat the other day, Shadow Demon's amp damage being able to kind of
Yes.
reverse the effects of Bristleback, so he takes even more. Now, he still throws out Quill Sprays at an alarming rate, but it would at least take away the defensive potential of Bristleback.
Yeah, and also Shadow Demon is good against the Wisp as well because he's such a nice defensive support. I mean, AA is a little weird against the IO, I feel, although, I mean, the nice thing about AA, obviously, is that pretty much every time the IO is relocating somewhere, you'll be able to throw down Ice Blast support. And Lion and Gyro are already kind of odd heroes to go on just straight up with a relocate. Gyro, obviously, you can just drop Call Down, drop Rocket Barrage. If you have maybe +1 sitting in the woods, it's actually a pretty easy kill if they didn't bring some extras in. And Lion, of course, he can just disable several heroes at once and Finger of Death the Wisp, so it's already kind of a weird game for Wisp to be going really aggressive with the relocates. I'm not sure the Disruptor was a necessary pick. Obviously, they just don't want to deal with it. It's very frustrating for Gyro because his range is so short and he's relying very much on being near heroes, not only for the flat cannon shots so he can have a target, but so he can be rocket barraging the heroes he really wants to focus on. So Disruptor can actually be incredibly frustrating for him.
Lena.
That's a good point there, indeed. And Lena's going to come up for Union Gaming, a hero who is just going to melt the Icicle of Ancient Apparition whenever she gets close. Or Lion in that sense, although Lion is a little more used to the heat. I don't feel like this hero has been really nerfed. I mean, sure, you get less range on your Ags. Cool. This hero can still go toe-to-toe with some of the best out there. She flash forms amazingly, especially for a support, which you can definitely run her as, and I'm assuming UG are running that unless they're going to put Shadow Fiend in the safe lane, which then you don't have the best IO combination, so...
I mean,
But-
Safe Lane Shadow Fiend and Safe Lane Lena are both not really all that uncommon. IO Shadow Fiend is weird, but you kind of see it sometimes because he basically gets infinite mana for raises, but then he's not getting the levels that he really wants. Although IO can just kind of back off and stack up for him, and then come back in whenever he needs some regen. It depends.
Seconds remaining.
I think you're right that it would be a little awkward for Lena to be a core in this particular lineup, but I think it's possible.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, we haven't seen enough of it, I don't think. But Juggernaut coming out already. They don't have a lot of
That's-
silence to deal with him. And this looks like a powerful pick right now.
The instant hex from Lion is really good against
That's true,
Juggernaut.
yeah.
If Lion gets some good ganks off and gets a Blink Dagger early, it can be very frustrating for Juggernaut. It's not fun for Jug to deal with Bruce Split, because obviously
Yeah.
there are multiple targets he's hitting. He's got the one that can kind of Windwalk if he ends up getting a bad bounce. You can always get a Cyclone too on a unit if you want to make it harder for him to get a certain target. There's a lot of really good ways. Juggernaut, I mean, I don't think it's a bad pick. I'm just not sure. It's not exactly what I would have looked for right here. Although you do have, you know, in its defense, Gyrocopter is very heavy on magic damage early. Lion, AA, obviously very heavy on magic damage throughout the game. They're very squishy most of the time, so Omni Slash is a free kill. I just think that the Brewmaster is reasonably good at handling him.
Yeah, definitely. Brewmaster being tanky like that, and of course the evasion as well. I mean, sure, Juggernaut,
10 seconds.
he's going to have a lot of chances to hit with his high attack speed, but that means there's also a lot of chance to dodge. Now, TA being banned out as well as the Broodmother. A little surprised that, well, UG are banning the TA, so it would be on the side of the Gyrocopter, and that would be very scary. So they're kind of predicting an off-lane Brewmaster. Broodmother, of course, as a 5th pick here, I think would be brilliant. Of course, Gyro can deal with her, but you still don't want to give away a Brood.
God, it's kind of weird to me that they're predicting an offline Brewmaster. Ooh! I guess it is an offlane Brewmaster. Alright.
Wait a second. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, until Lina has the pure damage ultimate, Huskar basically nullifies everything that team has except Omni Slash and Shadowfiend right clicks. And Shadowfiend right clicks are good in kind of the mid late game, but at the same time, Huskar can get a lot of damage out before Shadowfiend is really able to get 1 or 2 items to support that, because his first couple items probably going to be going for a bottle of mech, a Yules maybe, you don't really see that build as much anymore, but in general something to help him be more sustainable and to help support his nuke damage, as opposed to something else.
Now, they do have some extra physical damage coming through with the Beastmaster axes, but again, Huskar, I mean, if they lane him up against Shadowfiend, this gets very scary for Seadra, who will be playing your Shadowfiend. Just because it's not a fun matchup. Nobody enjoys playing against Huskar in the laning stage.
Huskar is a lane winner. I mean, hands down, he is a lane winner. It's what you end up doing with that lane winning that's a little bit more questionable. He's not always the most valuable hero, but I think there's enough magical damage. I've seen a few teams experimenting with this. It's kind of had mixed success in the qualifiers, I feel like.
You have to really know how to play the hero.
Well, there's just so much magic damage flying around in this metagame that I think Berserker's Blood is obviously an incredibly strong ability in this particular game. Then again, so is Anti-Mage Spell Shield, and you're not seeing a glut of Anti-Mages all of a sudden.
5 seconds.
Admittedly, Huskar has more of a mid-game presence, but still, he's very single-target focused in a very fighty meta.
Yeah, let me just edit the overlay a second here, since from casting the Starladder Pro Series, I had to move some things around, and of course now I can't grab the text box to fix it. That's great.
How dare you?
Ah. There we go.
Jerry,
it's close.
To Miguel. Alright.
Mi amigo Miguel.
Mi hermano.
Hermano.
Brother.
So his brother. Oh, wow.
We all learned that word from Arrested Development, right?
Yes,
if you didn't study Spanish, you should still know hermano. And if you don't know hermano, you should go watch Arrested Development.
Yeah. Don't even... Just turn off this cast. This is not as important as Arrested Development. All 4 seasons are on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Although season 4 was kind of...
It started strong, but then...
I thought it started weak and got better.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
It was just too structured for my taste. Oh, I should also...
Here's the connect.
Put Hippie's name on here. I remember the first time I watched Arrested Development, I was like, okay, this is the stupidest show I'd ever watched. And then I gave it like 3 or 4 months, and then I tried it again, and I'm like, this is the greatest show I've ever watched.
Skywrath Chicken Dance is my favorite thing. It's basically the best.
Yeah.
Alright. Hopefully we'll be getting started here soon.
Yeah.
Obviously, traditional. Brazilian servers are generally good for South American regions, but at the same time, they're not always the most reliable. So we'll usually see a reconnect or 2 at the start of the game.
These teams are both Peruvian. We are playing on Brazil, though, you said?
Yeah, they're playing on Brazil, I believe.
Okay. I've still seen no use of the Peruvian servers. In pubs, in competitive play, I have no idea. But, whatever, there's nothing we can do there.
Ooh, Shadowfiend going for... So I think Shadowfiend will have the Wisp, because he's gone for a very, very aggressive opening buy right there. No regen.
No regen at all.
Damage. I mean, especially, well, maybe they don't want to lane him up against the Huskar. I think it would be a really good dodge if they could not fight the Huskar with the Shadowfiend, because it's going to frustrate him like crazy.
I guess
it's very easy for like a single Lion rotation to lead to kills with that.
Mm-hmm. I'd guess with this no regen build that he's definitely looking to not lane against Huskar. I mean, you bring no regen to lane against a Huskar, that is like asking for a death sentence. That's like robbing the supermarket right across from the police station in broad daylight, you know.
It looks like they want to solo safe lane the Huskar, and they want to run an aggressive tri-lane with the Gyro. That's a terrifying tri-lane.
That is a...
Lion AA Gyro? That's an absurd amount of magic damage, even at level 1.
Even just the AA in some sort of aggressive tri-lane means that you get damage off. Adding the gyro in on top of that is just like icing on the cake at that point. Or, well, other way around, but you get what I'm saying here.
Yeah. So I like this lane decision because Beastmaster should have really big problems dealing with the Huskar in this 1v1 matchup. Obviously, your mid lane is going to be difficult because the IO is going to be there to support the Shadow Fiend, but the Brewmaster already is reasonably good at kind of dealing with harass, getting his farm off. You know, Clap has a deceptively enormous range.
Yeah. The animation doesn't do it justice.
Yeah. And then the tri-lane, the 3v2, if they actually end up with Jug Lina against this tri-lane, Jug will live, but Lina will be food. And Jug will only live as long as he has mana. He burns that spin once. I mean, he's gone for no items that have any int on them. He's gone for a PMS and tangos.
Yeah, you've got 37 seconds to kill him, basically. Yeah.
Well, yeah, not just that, not just from the cooldown, but the fact that he'll be at 60 mana after he spins once.
That's true, yeah. And he will have no mana, and he does not have any mangoes. Anyways, let's go ahead and introduce our teams. On the side of Union Gaming, we have Ben Jazz up on the top lane. Nightmare going to be supporting him on the Lina. Seadral in the mid lane up against the Brewmaster on the Shadow Fiend, of course. And Schofield is going to be on your Beastmaster with Jerry supporting him on the Wisp. And they're already going on Panchito, who is back underneath his tower, that is.
I think this was a really good response. I'll introduce the other team in a second.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a really, really nice response to just put the Wisp wherever the Huskar is, because a 2v1 lane for that Huskar means he's going to have a much more frustrating time getting farmed. He won't be able to get those early kills, especially with the Wisp just kind of sitting there with the bottle ready. They gave him the early bounty rune so that he'd have the minute 0 bottle. Very, very powerful. So over on the side of PIS, I'm pretty sure that's who I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
We have Panchito playing that Huskar. In the mid lane, Ceviche. Oh, this Panchito going in right there. Yeah, trying to get some damage onto Jerry.
He's okay there.
Burning Spears are good, but, you know, you've got the shared tangos coming out from the Huskar, and it looks like they're going to TP the Lion down here. I think that's... So now, this is old school, man. We got a 2-1-2 happening. This never happens.
I was told this was the standard one day.
Panchito's going to go down.
Yeah, and this is the power of that very early physical damage on the Beastmaster. I believe, was it last patch that he got like 6 or 7 extra base damage?
Yeah, he's swinging for 60, and he has an OOV, so you can't get away from him here.
You can't get away from him at all, as Corpse Party is finding out quickly. Yep, Jerry will actually pick that one up, and he's actually got 600 gold on the Wisp this early on. That's huge.
Just tether out now, too.
Yep.
Easy game. Really, really well played over on the side of UG. Alright, maybe they'll give me a split second here.
Yeah.
Ceviche in the mid Brewmaster. Jordan on the gyrocopter. Let's see. Oh, God. And for the scoreboard time, Liz Ferdinand playing the Ancient Apparition, and Corpse Party KC will be handling the Lion.
Yeah.
Read those names when they're moving around. Open the scoreboard.
What? Do you remember when they made that font update, though? That actually made it possible to read names while they were moving?
Oh, God, yeah.
It was like 8 or 9 months ago. Before that, I couldn't do anything. Like, I was just like...
Oh, Panchito might be in trouble again. He's getting slowed up by the board. You got the Beastmaster Orb of Venom slow as well. He's just going to get wrecked down here.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so this lane is basically lost for the Huskar, and that's a huge, huge problem.
Yeah.
I mean, they either need to rotate down and kill this Beastmaster and get the Huskar some kills, or someone needs to soak XP on this lane. The Huskar needs to go somewhere else. He's going to
TP back. They need to swap the Brew and the Husk at that point, I think.
I think honestly, maybe. Oh God, at least the stun is coming out this time from Corpse Party, but
he might be in trouble as he just gets run down. The Orb of Venom plus the boar is just doing so much work. Panchito's like, please have mercy. He throws down one more Burning Spear, but the level 3 here, this is 5-0 for UG, and I watch Dota with my mom when I'm at home, and I explained Huskar to her this way. The hero either has a great game or he has a terrible game. There's never any like, oh, well, Huskar was alright. It's like, Huskar was amazing or terrible.
It's kind of like a bounty hunter in that respect, or like a Bloodseeker. They either take over the game completely or they just feed. And now, I mean, perfect timing on that kill. So Wisp empties his bottle, regens them both up, and oh look, there's a rune spawn in 4 minutes. So they're completely in control of the bottom lane. They need to just sack it and try to win the other lanes, like, really, really hard. And the Shadow Fiend is already... The Brewmaster is actually doing pretty well, sitting at 14-2 against the 19-12 Shadow Fiend. Obviously, you're not going to beat a Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
But he's got his bottle, he's got his stick, he's almost got his level 5. He's going to be able to be active with his Brewmaster Ultimate, and that could still make some serious plays happen for PIS. Brewmaster Ultimate can turn entire games around. if you get it going quick enough.
Yeah, and with the Drunken Haze and the Drunken Brawler, Brewmaster doesn't have the worst matchup against Shadow Fiend, simply because your right clicks from Shadow Fiend aren't necessarily going to connect.
I mean, I really think the biggest thing for him against most people is the ridiculous damage on Clap, but Brawler is also really nice because you get that, the forced crit means you can actually outlast hit the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, and the fact that Shadow Fiend may miss his last hits, I mean, he's got, what, 20-some% miss chance here? Yeah, 45. Wow.
Oh yeah, Drunken Brawler, or Drunken Haste is really, really good.
Meanwhile, top lane though, Liz Ferdinand getting jumped on by the Jug. The ice cream cone is gonna melt over now, as it's another kill for UG. The Wisp even coming in here. Jordan on the run, does have a rocket barrage available and will pop it, but can't seem to get away in time. There are boots on this Juggernaut, same with the Gyro, but he'll get stunned from the high ground, and a beautiful play there from Lina. Secures Binge as the other kill.
Really nice LSA. She knew she wouldn't be able to keep up by just chasing, obviously, with no boots, but got herself in a perfect position to land that right there.
Yep.
Really nice foresight coming out. And that was just, I mean, Union Gaming, they knew the Lion was elsewhere. They saw him on the map, and they said, okay, well, now we can kill this top lane. No problem. Rotate the Wisp in. Easy peasy. And now Beastmaster looks like he's just going to go hunting. He's got his Primal Roar. He wants a kill.
Yeah, he's not just the master of his own beast, he's the master of the beast that he's going to find after he kills your team. And I do like the fact that he's picked up this extra inner beast points early. He's not even using Wild Axes because, well, why? You don't have that much of a huge mana pool. You're going to have to invest into some mana items anyway. And to be honest, Inner Beast is pretty good early game, especially if you're planning to push. This gives UG a chance to take these towers very early on now.
Yeah, it's really nice because the Wisp was able to kind of secure him the lane. A lot of times Beastmaster needs the Wild Axes just to sustain himself in lane. If it was a 1v1 lane, he would have been sitting back and having to spam that. He wouldn't have had any other option to get any CS. But since the Wisp just controlled the lane and dominated the Huskar, he's able to go for this aggressive pushing build. It does mean that there's a little less damage output when he actually goes to gank, but most of the other heroes on Union Gaming, Shadow Fiend, Lina, Juggernaut, they have such a high damage output that the Primal Roar should be enough to secure most kills.
Yeah, if they can stun up Huskar with the Primal Roar, he is pretty much toast. As are any of these heroes on the enemy team, and I don't even see any reason to stun these supports and lists. Speaking of which, he's going to be going down. The Pianist not doing too hot tonight. And Nightmare going to get hit with the rocket, hopefully, but it is only level 1, so it won't get the kill. That's for sure.
Yeah. He was trying to do enough damage with flat cannon shots, but he had to dodge the LSA, so he wasn't able to get another one off.
Yeah. The scariest thing, though, is like when that rocket is chasing after you, and you know it, but you have no clue what level it is.
Yeah, I mean, this early in the game, it's a pretty safe bet that it's level 1, but there's...
Yeah.
Oh, relocate in. Looks like Schofield's going to get the roar there on a Jordan. Damage is going to come out from the Wisp Spirits and Benhaz. Just the Spirits and the spin is enough to just destroy that Gyrocopter. The AA does manage to TP out. No more stuns available right there. But that's enough, just picking off that Gyrocopter. So, when you're looking at the cores, I mean, you have a 0-3 Huskar, a 0-2 Gyro. The only core who's actually not died yet is Beastmaster. And even then, he's not farming amazingly well.
Wait, did he just... Is that real?
They got relocated back to bottom. Yeah, I think they're GGing. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised here. It's been pretty stompy. Your Huskar pick has not worked out.
You can...
Okay,
yeah,
it wasn't real.
Okay.
Not at this point, yeah. Misclick.
I'm
not sure it was a misclick, but okay.
Oh, Bruce Split is used. It looks like they're going to go in on Citadel. Lots of control coming up for that Wisp. They are maybe... No, he's got the urn taking from the high ground. So much damage. The Wisp gets cycloned up again. He's not able to get the healing off right now. Nightmare is coming in for support, and the Bruce Split ends. He's in trouble now. They got the move speed from the Wisp. Citadel chasing him down. Gets the raise. Destroyed.
Oh my goodness. And Brew... Just, you could tell he was frustrated, because the Wisp, he got the urn charge off on himself, and then Brew's like, no, stay out of this, this is between me and Shadow Fiend, you're going up in the air. And Wisp was like, too late, bro, I'm already healing him. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Already got that urn charge going, what are you gonna do, trying to
now
stop
I'm invulnerable, and I'm overcharging him, so, thanks.
Yeah. Can we do that some more? And that's, I mean, that's why you kill the Wisp. I mean, as much as it's so tempting, you see them, they're so low. Oh, and Gyro goes down again to a solo Beastmaster.
0-22 incoming? I mean...
How about 3-22?
I mean, that would be good as well.
And free tower. Yeah, that inner beast, 3 levels in that makes it so easy for Schofield to just take free towers if no one else is around. And there's so many people just mid trying to maybe make something happen against this Shadow Fiend. But I think they just feel like they have to babysit this hard. But oh, Lion is in trouble. The Spirit's in the urn, already a lot of damage to the Dragon Slave to help finish him off. Easy kills for Union Gaming. This is looking more and more grim.
And they've got a Necro up already.
10-minute Necro book.
Oh my goodness. On top of treads. And with max inner beast, like this attack speed aura is going to be absolutely insane when they start pushing. And the worst part is they don't even need to. Wisp even, like they almost kill him. And he's like, no, I'm back at the fountain. I'm actually going to be able to regen a bit. Although, we're going to be headed back in just a second. Is there much they can do here? The clap comes out. Jerry could be in a lot of trouble, but he will earn up. Ben has dropping the ult. Nightmare gonna get jumped on, but not even gonna care. But they finally do get a kill on the board. And there's a fake Requiem. It looks like we're gonna back off here. Ceviche gonna be okay. Okay, it's not nearly as much of his gold swing as I thought it might be. But
Guys, we got the Wisp all as well. Well, I mean,
don't worry.
if you're actually, I mean, the Wisp is second from the bottom on net worth for the team. So remember that they changed it in the most recent patch, so the people who are closer to the bottom of net worth don't give you as much of that comeback goal.
Yeah, but keep in mind, that's still just for the team. Lion is on 400 net worth. He has a Tango, a single Tango, a Salve, nothing else. That's it.
And, well, level 2 Necrobook, if Beastmaster wants it, he's sitting on 1,600 gold. So he's gonna have a level 3 Necro at 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That's a real GG right there.
Yeah, that's a real GG. When your Huskar is in a competitive game actually mocking his own team's score, you know it's a real GG. As PIS, they just say, okay, we have no answer to this draft. We didn't play it that well either, and yeah. I think that's sorry about my team. You know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this, a little bit of internal strife.
Yeah.
Looks like someone was canceling, I don't know. Someone's trying to call GG here.
Yeah, but we'll see in game number 2. I do have to say though, I think that was a very exciting one-sided game. Maybe not suspenseful, but at least it was, you know, action-packed. It wasn't a 90-minute like, well, we have a Naga and eventually we can win. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it was just, I think it was a really, really strong laning decision to put the IO Beastmaster against the solo Huskar. Once they sniffed that out, and the rotations from PIS were just never there, and they were never successful.
Yeah.
They kind of had a chance.
Tri-lane, but it didn't work. And so you're committing to something that's already pretty much failed.
Well, the problem was they didn't have a good way to reset their lanes. Like, if they put anyone mid against the Shadow Fiend, he'd just get the IO there to help him out. You can't leave the Gyro solo up top. You can't put the Huskar solo top, not when he's under-leveled, especially not. So it was just kind of a shit show as soon as that bottom lane got destroyed.
Yeah, and when your highest goal per minute is actually 322, well, that's the story of that game in a nutshell right there. Anyways, we'll be back with game number 2 in just a moment, folks. You're watching Truesight TV, and thank you for watching.